Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So the topic of today's pick a card reading is all about the next chapter of your life. So basically we're going to be seeing if your life were a book, what would the theme of its next chapter be? Who would be the supporting cast? What would be the plot of this chapter? We're gonna do a thorough breakdown of what we're gonna look at in the reading once you've chosen your group. So for now, let's jump into your option selection. There are 3 groups to choose from today, and as you can see, we are doing another pick a bracelet reading today, just like we did a while ago. So I want to give a shout out to Otter Spirit, who so kindly provided these bracelets. The ones that I have are, actually, let me show you. These are 2 bracelet packs for the sign of Gemini, because I'm a Gemini moon, and I just felt like that was the placement that needed the most care right now for me. So this one is the Strength pack for the sign of Gemini. This one is the Vulnerability pack. And I really appreciate that both of these contain gemstones that help with overthinking, because if you're a Gemini moon, you already know, I don't have to tell you if you're a Gemini placement in general. So the Strength pack has Tiger's Eye, Dragon Agate, and Labradorite, and this helps me to stop doubting in my abilities, to trust that I'm powerful and I can make a change in the world. And this is the Vulnerability pack. It has Unikite, Turquoise, and Green Jade, and this helps me to stay grounded in the present moment and to not get swept away in all of the internal noise. You guys know I'm an astrology girl, so I picked these based on my zodiac sign, but other than that, you can also search for the gemstones just based on the intention or the chakra that you want to work with. So I will have them linked down below. Definitely check them out if you feel called to it. And another great thing about them is that if you purchase bracelets from them, you are supporting wild sea otters. They donate $1 from every bracelet sold towards conservation efforts for the otters. And I am also going to be donating my affiliate commissions through this partnership. So if you do use my link down below, you will be helping the otters even more. There's also a discount code down there, Kino20, which gives you a 20% discount. So if you do check them out, be sure to use that as well. Thank you so much, Otter Spirit. And now I'm going to put the bracelets back. Okay, so these are the 3 options for today's reading. If you do happen to feel called to more than one, you could definitely listen to more than one reading, as of course there could be different things going on in this next chapter for you. So I'm going to show you each of these up close one by one, and please pick whichever one or ones you feel drawn to the most. For my group number 1s, we have Green Jade. For my group number 2s, we have Dragon Agate. And for my group number 3s, we have Tiger's Eye. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Green Jade bracelet, which I will wear for the duration of your reading, this is going to be your reading all about your next chapter. So here is our full breakdown of the reading. We are going to start by seeing the genre or the main theme of your next chapter, as well as the setting. So we're going to take a look at the time and the place of your next chapter. We are going to see the supporting cast. So who is going to be entering your life, or who is already in your life, who is going to be playing a significant role during this chapter. We are going to see the antagonist, quote unquote. So this is just a challenging energy that you may want to be aware of. It could be a person or people, it could be circumstances, it could even be an aspect of you that you're dealing with. And then we're going to see, of course, the plot of the chapter, what is unfolding, and finally, the conclusion of it all. So that's going to be our reading today. Thank you so much for being here. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Otter Spirit, who so kindly provided these bracelets. We are actually going to start off the reading with the card that comes with this bracelet. And this is going to be our first message about the themes of your next chapter. So wow, for my group number 1s, your affirmation is everything I touch turns into gold, and literally just saw 222 as I said that. So if you have been seeing that number, that's a sign that blessings are coming your way. And what an auspicious statement to start off with for the theme of your next chapter. Everything you do, everything you work on, everything you try your hand at during this time is not only going to go smoothly without any major problems, but it's going to turn out as a beautiful finished product. You have the magic, group number one. In general, you have the magic, but especially during this next chapter, it's like you're on a roll. Everything you're doing, even manifesting, is just turning out so well. And I think this is a great sign for those of you who are currently working on an important project or you are thinking of starting something new. This is basically Spirit saying it's going to go great. And this is Spirit encouraging you to believe in your unique abilities because you have some special magical touch that whatever you make is truly unique and truly shines and is just of amazing quality. I definitely think a theme for this next chapter is you. Okay, I'm hearing like knowing who the F you are because you're becoming more confident in your abilities and your guides are like, finally you get it. I feel like your guides have been trying to tell you about how capable you are and how talented you are, how special your gifts are. And maybe that's just been hard for you to really embrace and really understand about yourself. And I feel like in this chapter, you're like, hey, I'm actually kind of the shit. Like I'm actually really amazing and I do amazing work and I make amazing things. And your guides are like, exactly, thank you. Like we've been trying to tell you this. We're so glad you finally see that yourself. The intention for this bracelet is prosperity. So that's another theme for you in this next chapter. The chakra is heart. So right away, I'm thinking you are pouring your heart and soul into a project or a goal or a cause that really matters to you. And you're living in a way that is in alignment with your truth. And then we also have the zodiac signs, Taurus, Virgo, Libra, and Gemini. So these could be confirmation for some of you if you have these placements or someone close to you does. You don't have to resonate with these signs. They're just a little bit of extra confirmation for those who may need it. But let's get into the cards. So we're going to start off with a rune card to see the main theme, the main energy for you in this next chapter. Oh, also, I should mention this card is number 3. So that could be a number of significance to you or perhaps a lucky number. We also got 222 as a lucky number. What is the main theme for my group number ones in their next chapter? We have, I don't know how to pronounce any of these AWAs, but I believe we're going to look in the guidebook for sure because I'm still getting familiar with runes, but I believe that this talks about a partnership, trust, things like that. Yeah, the keywords are teamwork, trust, harmony, marriage, and loyalty. This passage is on page 38 and 39. In case that is significant for someone. It says, the horse is a trusted helper and a stalwart companion on the longest journeys. Working with humanity in a role of companionship and trust for millennia, the horse knows the power of team and cooperation. AWAS, while a swift energy, uses no force. Its way is persuasion, suggestion, and invitations of friendship. Ooh, okay. Right away, I'm getting the feeling that you are working on something and you are persuading people to support you or to work with you or to cooperate with you. Like this passage is saying, not through force, but I feel like whatever you're working on, whatever you're doing is just, it's speaking for itself. It's naturally drawing people in, drawing in people's interest and desire to cooperate with you. I'm also hearing invest, like maybe someone is investing in you, whether that's through like training, education, resources. Where was I? Okay. Ehwaz points to symbiotic relationships, to the joining of individual and harmonious beings. It encourages you to find flexibility and be adaptable to change. This is the time to go with your heart, like we were talking about, or intuition, not your head. Okay, so you're definitely supported in this next chapter. You're not only proud of yourself and what you're doing, but others see the vision too, and others want to support you. There could be a particular partnership that is bringing you in a lot of blessings and prosperity during this time. Like if you've recently come into a new partnership, I feel like that's going to be very mutually beneficial. If you watching this right now are feeling a bit unsupported or unseen at this particular point in your life, that is definitely going to be changing in the next chapter. You are teaming up with another person or perhaps like a group who is going to make sure that you are supported and that you get the recognition you deserve. Horses or the year of the horse could also be significant to this group. And fun fact, next year, because I'm filming this in 2025, next year, 2026, is going to be a year of the horse. And I wonder if, because we have the number 3 here, March of 2026 could be like a really important month for some of you. Another theme of your chapter. Basically what I've done with this tarot deck is just split it up. So these are major arcana and these are minor. So I'm going to pull a major arcana to get more information about the themes for you. Oh my gosh. The Emperor. Yes, you are stepping into your power. You are taking the position that you know you deserve. Oh, and that's why you're getting it, because you know that you deserve it. I'm kind of getting King of Pentacles vibes too, because I have a tarot deck where the King of Pentacles says the Midas touch on it, and everything I touch turns into gold. It's making me think of that. Then we have the Emperor here. So you could be taking on a leadership role. You could be expressing and harnessing your masculine energy in a way that really uplifts you and uplifts others around you. Prosperity, stability definitely is a theme for you in this next chapter with the number 4 here. Hard work paying off, seeing real tangible results for the work that you do, not just promises of results, not just signs that results are coming, but the actual tangible physical results in front of you as a reward for your hard work. I think many of you are either in a leadership role, or this is just you really taking charge of your life and recognizing, I am responsible for my success. I'm responsible for my happiness. Like, yes, I was gifted with these innate strengths and talents, but it's up to me to perfect them and to, I'm hearing, put them on the world stage. Maybe that wording is significant for someone, but just to make them known and to really let them shine. It's my responsibility to reach my full potential, and that's what I deserve, and that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like a really strong commitment to yourself and a desire to see how far you can go. And I'm so proud of you, group number 1. Organization, structure. Some of you could be really locking in when it comes to your routine and building healthy habits. I see promotions in this next chapter. I see successful businesses for those of you who have or are starting your own business. I see you feeling very confident. Okay, so I think we've established the theme for you in this next chapter. So let's see our setting, where and when this is all taking place. We have the Nine of Fire, which is the Nine of Wands. Okay, I'm feeling 9 months with this because 9, obviously. And then the planet associated with the Nine of Wands is the moon. And the moon cycle is about a month. So perhaps this next chapter is starting within 9 months from when you are watching this. 8 to 9 months, I want to say. Because the cycle of a moon is a bit shorter than a month. It could also be like the next 8 to 9 months from when you are watching this. Wait, did I say that properly? I don't know. For some of you, it could be that the chapter is starting then, or your next chapter is like now, from now, for the next 8 to 9 months. I feel like I made that too confusing. Okay, and the place. Oh, wow. Okay. So 3 cards came out for the place of your next chapter, which I think means that you're going to be moving around. You could be traveling, or you could be out and about a lot during this next chapter. We have the King of Water, which is the King of Cups. The Three of Air, which is the Three of Swords. And the Page of Air, which is the Page of Swords. So it seems like there could actually be 3 places that you are going between in this next chapter. I feel like there is one place that you are quite familiar with and that you feel very comfortable in. And then there's another place that is more new and unfamiliar and that challenges you intellectually. This is just one example of this energy, but it would be like if you were starting to learn a new skill. So after work, you go to this other place to learn the new skill, and that's the new and challenging environment, and your workplace represents, it's like the place that you know like the back of your hand, I'm hearing, and you're kind of going back and forth between this like very comfortable, familiar place. I already know everything about this place. I already know what's going on, to this like new, stimulating, exciting, but kind of challenging and kind of nerve-wracking environment. And I wonder if you're just going to keep these 2 places in your life for the next chapter, or maybe this is part of a transition. Like, I'm going back and forth for now because eventually I'm going to transition into this new environment. I also get the feeling with this Three of Swords that you could be visiting a place from your past that brings up some complicated emotions, but it is a positive thing because it gives you an opportunity to properly process these challenging emotions. Some of you need to grieve something. I'm also hearing that this person looks like they're grieving. So one example of this energy could be like if you have, let's just say you had complicated emotions about your hometown or a place where you lived during a difficult time in your life, or like where something quite painful happened, and you're going back to that place and those emotions are resurfacing, and it may feel difficult at first, but it's important that you process them. So revisiting this old environment is actually a great opportunity to like finally get closure or to release something and not take that past baggage with you as you move on into this new chapter. The Nine of Wands has an energy of like, hang in there, you're almost there. You're in the final stages right before you reach your goal. So this prosperity that we're seeing coming through in your next chapter, these results, I get the feeling that this is with regards to something that you've been wanting for a long time, aspiring to, or maybe you've been actively working on it for a long time. And that missing piece of the puzzle was just recognizing how capable and how qualified you actually are and knowing what you deserve. That was like, ooh, I'm so excited for you. That was the missing piece. Also, I feel like these angels are the same. Yeah, these angels are the same. So there could be, you could have a spirit guide who looks like this, or a passed on loved one, or the higher self of a loved one, just because this person is showing up twice. It's like a man with short brown hair. That's so vague, like that fits the description for a lot of people, but just in case, just in case it's a confirmation for someone. All right, so, oh, okay. The next thing we're gonna see is the supporting cast of your next chapter. That's why I have the dice here. So I'm gonna roll 4 sets of dice. Okay, so we have repetition between these 2 sets. So I feel like these are going to be talking about the same person. So we have 3 significant supporting cast members who are coming through. This energy here, I think, definitely represents that partnership that we were talking about that brings you prosperity. So this is like the person or people who are cooperating with you, supporting you, perhaps investing in you. This could even be a company. Like this could be a group of people. But in some way, they are really committing to you. So for example, if this is a company that is hiring you, maybe they're making like a really big investment to train you or to give you opportunities because they really believe in your potential, and they also trust that you are going to stay with them in the long term. And I feel like this is mutual. I'm hearing mutually, you're kind of putting something on the line or making a big investment for each other. You're willing to make big moves for each other or give big things to each other because you trust that this is going to be a long-term, mutually beneficial partnership. Another example of this would be like someone who's willing to move to make this partnership work. Like you got to really believe in the potential of a partnership if you are willing to move or, make significant changes to your life. But this partnership is going to result in a significant leveling up for both of you. In prosperity, I'm literally hearing the word riches, like riches increasing for both of you kind of suddenly and beyond your wildest dreams. I think you and this other party, you're both going into the partnership knowing that it's gonna go well, like you're optimistic about it, but I still think what ends up happening is way beyond your wildest dreams. And yes, it is going to be long-term and it's going to be very significant. Yeah, I would say this is either like a company, a very influential group, or if it's an individual, it would be a very powerful individual. And I just saw 2222. So that's the second time I'm seeing repeating 2s in your reading. And the last time I saw it was when I read this everything I touch turns into gold. So you're turning everything into gold. This is like match made in heaven partnership. You work together so well. And yeah, this is definitely going to be related to your career. It's going to be boosting your reputation. So whoever you're partnering with here, I think they're very well respected. They're probably very well known, a big name. Could even be, in some cases, it could be a household name. Like some of you could be getting hired or getting promoted or getting invested in by a company that is a household name. And like if you told people you're working for them or working with them, they'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm hearing for some of you, this will be locally. So maybe it's like in your country or in your city, everybody knows this person or everybody knows this group. But yeah, I feel like this is the most significant and the most exciting partnership for you. For some of you, I feel like this could be related to your dream job, like your dream job or your dream collaboration. And then, okay, for this one, I feel like this is, for some of you, this could just be you. It's either you or someone you vibe with so well. Okay, yeah, my eyes just drifted to a little statue I have in my room of two birds perched together on a branch. So yeah, this is probably someone who, when you're with them, it just feels so comfortable and so easy that it's the same level of ease as being alone. Like you can just be your complete natural self. Venus in Aries, that's the astrological combo of the Four of Wands. So this could be a spouse for some of you, or like a divine counterpart, a love interest. I believe one of the keywords on this rune card was marriage. So definitely claim that message if that resonates for you. Like you could be reaching a higher level of commitment with a significant other, with a life partner. You could be meeting the person you're going to eventually marry during this time. But I got the sense of you living with someone, or at least sharing a living space with someone for the majority of the time during this next chapter. So an example of this would be like you have a significant other and you're living together, you're moving in together, or even if you technically still live separately, you're maybe like, it's like you basically live there. You spend so much time there, all your stuff is there, or vice versa. It's someone you can share a home space with that brings a lot of comfort to you. For some of you, this could even be like some of you could be getting an animal in your home, like getting a pet, and that just makes the environment of your home so much more cozy. It provides a beautiful companionship for you. It provides more joy to your days. It provides a relief to your stress. It provides cuddles. Like there's someone in your home who's just bringing a lot of joy and affection and making your home feel more like a home. And I love that balance for you, like between the 10th house and the 4th house, because the 10th house is like you're hustling, you're working hard when you're outside of the home. And then the 4th house is like you can come home to this cozy and comfortable space and just let all of your worries from the day melt away. It's really beautiful. And then this is interesting because I feel like this is not necessarily someone who is physically present in your life, but they are playing a very active role. They're more so existing in your mind and in your heart and giving you a reason to keep going. So even if they're not physically present, their influence is very strong during this time. It's interesting that I felt called to mention a passed on loved one. That could definitely be the case for some of you. Like their memory is really, really strong during this chapter. And so when things get difficult, they help you to kind of pick yourself back up and stay the course, I'm hearing. Stay the course, stay on track, stick to your healthy habits. The desire to make them proud because you know that they're with you and you know that they're watching and they're protecting you. Like that's a big motivation to like make them proud, to honor promises you've made to yourself and to reach your potential. It could be like someone you look up to who is still on this earth, someone you look up to, someone who inspires you, the higher self of someone you really care about and want to make proud. But that's the feeling. It's like there's a little part of you that's like, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this to make you proud. And keeping them in your mind and in your heart is going to be a huge motivator. Yeah, so these are the main 3 supporting energies in the cast of your next chapter. Actually, I kind of want to get, because I'm going to use this orange deck for the plot. And so I want to use a different deck for the antagonist, I think, for the challenging energy. Ah! Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Okay, I have, I have an angel statue in my room as well that fell over. I caught it. It didn't fall on the ground, but sorry, that was a loud noise. So yeah, you definitely have angels watching over you. And if I may say, they're probably not gonna be very subtle in their signs towards you. If you do resonate with this energy watching over you, like a passed on loved one, this person could have been religious. Okay. Let's pull a card for the energy of the antagonist. Okay, we have two cards coming out. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit. I do kind of feel like this is a mental challenge. I don't think this is a person getting in your way. In fact, I feel like you're going to be very supported by the people around you. I think that the main challenge in this chapter is going to be surrendering. Okay, it's this idea that you can be on the right path without knowing exactly what the path looks like. And you need to be able to trust that you're on the right path without always seeing it or without always understanding it. So I feel like the challenge is the being okay with not knowing and trusting. If I had to say there's a quote unquote antagonist in your next chapter, it's probably the inner control freak, which we all have. Like, I just want to know every single step of this journey. If you already knew every single step, it would not be worth taking, because the unfolding is the beauty of it. The process of uncovering is the beauty of it. That's why we don't want spoilers for movies, for books. We want to be there in the process, discovering it in real time. The fact that we got two major arcana, this is definitely a very significant and pivotal point in your journey. And you are absolutely divinely guided. You are absolutely protected. I think it's really no mistake that the angel statue fell over when we're talking about, like, you're on the right path. You just need to trust that. Trust that you're protected, even if you don't always know, like, what am I doing? Where am I going? You are doing it right. I promise you that. And your angels will not let you stray from your path, because you've worked so hard. You've worked so hard to get this far. Like, you're gonna reach the finish line. There's no other way about it. And also, even if you don't know what your path looks like, your soul knows. It may not be a logical external knowing, but there's a deeper inner spiritual knowing of where you're going. So trusting in your inner guidance and in your inner knowing, even when there may not be road signs on the outside, I think that's the challenge. But Some of you I feel are already good at doing this, so you will crush this challenge. You'll do an amazing job. All right, let's see the plot of this chapter, how it all unfolds. Let me move these up a bit to make space. Okay, for this part, I feel like taking reversals for the plot. We have, wow. If you needed any more confirmation that abundance and prosperity is on its way to you, here it is. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And I honestly feel like once you reach your goals, it's going to be smooth sailing. Definitely financial blessings coming your way. There's no other way to interpret this. Blessings coming to your career. Something that's also very beautiful is for those of you who have been working overtime, for those of you who have been working harder than usual to reach a specific goal, that is going to calm down in this next chapter. So, like if you've been putting in overtime hours, once you reach your goal, your working hours should go back to normal. They will decrease. For those of you who are already working a normal amount, I get the sense that you don't actually need to work more. I mean, you don't need to work longer hours to make your goals happen. It's very much a work smarter, not harder kind of vibe. And I also think that, I want to say the honeymoon phase after you reach your goal is going to last a long time. Just uninterrupted, uninterrupted pleasure, uninterrupted fulfillment, uninterrupted living your dream life. There's going to be nothing to worry about for a long time. You're gonna have several months of just fulfilling work, fulfilling partnerships, loving what you're doing, no drama. Drama is allergic to you. Drama can't even find you. You're not on the same timeline. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Hermit in reverse. And then, oh my gosh, look at the bottom of the deck energy, the Four of Wands. We were talking about this. Some of you could be getting married at the end of this chapter, or like coming into union with your life partner. And definitely by the end of this chapter, you are going to be in your ideal living situation if you're not already, and in your ideal community. Yeah, I'm seeing you like in your dream neighborhood with your dream neighbors, working alongside people who you're just so compatible with, feeling a sense of community. That's okay. I'm hearing that's taken for granted. So maybe this is just for a few of you, but you could be moving from living in a place where there was literally no sense of community, like people don't talk to each other, people don't really know each other, people don't even really look each other's way or help each other out. It's like very kind of, I guess, cold. That's the word that came up. Everybody's in their own bubble. There's a feeling of disconnectedness from each other. So some of you are moving from that kind of living situation to moving into like a community or a city that is very warm. Like people know each other by name, people go out of their way to help each other. and don't expect anything in return. It's like just out of the goodness of their hearts, but it's all like reciprocal, people showing up for you in a time of need. Like, you have really nice neighbors or fellow, why do I want to say townspeople? That sounds so weird. You know, people in your town. Yeah, you're going to be in the ideal community and living situation where it's all about like the people and it's all about supporting each other. And yeah, you could be living or moving in with someone you really love that brings a lot of joy into your home, settling down with someone. Yeah, this feeling of like marriage or long-term partnerships bringing you a lot of joy. So that's at the end of your chapter, the Four of Wands. And this is happiness. This is wish fulfillment. It's so beautiful to see. There's quite a bit of Venusian energy here. And like, yeah, it starts and ends with Venusian energy. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. And the Hermit represents your challenging energy. So, okay, I feel like professionally, like in terms of your career goals and aspirations, things are going really, really well. And then I feel like there's maybe a part of you that's worrying, like, I'm so busy with this, I'm investing a lot of my energy into this. Am I going to find time to manifest my like emotional desires? So matters of the heart, things that have to do with like your emotional fulfillment, your personal fulfillment, relationships. You may be worrying like, I'm spending too much time on the professional side of things, ascending in my career, making money, like on that side of stuff. Am I neglecting this other side of my life, or is it not going to come through for me? I'm hearing like, I don't know when I'm going to meet someone. So maybe that's just for some of you. But it's one example of this energy is someone who is really busy, like they're working a lot, they love it, but in the back of their mind, they're like, how am I going to meet someone? Or like, when am I going to meet someone? Or when am I going to like slow down so that I can start a family? Just an example, right? It's like that other side of their fulfillment, the one that's more related to like the emotional side of things, relationships. When am I going to have time to do that? Or am I blocking those blessings by investing so much of my energy here? I feel like there's a little bit of worry about that. And that's what the challenge is, right? The challenge is recognizing that you don't need to know the exact answer to those questions to trust that you're on the right path. When I, just to use myself as a little example, when I met my current partner, I felt that way. I felt like I was actively doing things in my life that weren't like making space for him, or that like to come into my life, or that was like telling the universe I'm not ready for this, or I was like giving the message to the universe that I'm not in vibrational alignment with a relationship. Like I had all these ideas and worries in my head that what I was doing, the way I was living my life, what I was prioritizing wasn't favorable to manifesting this relationship into my life. And it happened anyway. So we just don't know. And I feel like any worries you have that may come up about like, oh, but how am I going to manifest this? But how am I going to make space for this blessing? But how am I going to show the universe that I'm ready for this? You know, it's so easy for me to say this, but I really feel you don't have to worry about that, or you don't have to know the exact answers to those questions. You just have to trust that you're on the right path, because you are, and that it's all going to come through for you. The professional aspect of your fulfillment and the emotional aspect of your fulfillment is all coming through. And I think that also this Ace of Swords represents a lack of clarity And it's hard, right? Because I feel like it's like the mind getting in the way, because I genuinely feel like you love what you're doing. And then these worries have to come in and rain on the parade. You know, it's like, oh, everything's so nice. I'm doing something that I really love. And then this part of your mind comes in. Would be a shame if this is blocking other blessings from coming into your life, wouldn't it? Like, it would be a shame if you're not supposed to be doing this. It's just that, it feels like just that part of your mind that wants to start problems. And we all have this part of our mind. It wants to create problems to solve, to feel in control. And it really is a radical move to just be like, I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold, and I'm okay with that because I know I'm divinely guided and protected, and it's all going to unfold in the perfect way. Yeah, I feel like that's the main challenge. It's just in a way of thinking, because the blessings are going to come regardless. So the challenge is just resting assured in that knowledge and enjoying your time doing what you love in this chapter. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Honestly, my first thought with this was of a partner, just because earlier in the reading, I compared your energy to the King of Pentacles. So the Queen felt like your counterpart. Obviously, gender doesn't matter here, but that's just what came to my mind. Like, the Queen of Pentacles represents your counterpart. So it's like a lack of clarity or a lack of certainty that you're able to manifest the partner you want or the counterpart you want with the life you're currently living, with the habits you currently have. And Spirit saying, yes, you absolutely can. Please don't worry about that. Like, you've worked so hard to get here. You don't need to be feeling worried or feeling guilty during this chapter. You just need to be enjoying it, enjoying what you're doing, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and trust that everything's going to come in at the right time, because it is. Okay, so I think those are all the messages for my group number ones. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have a link down below: my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones we do here on my channel. You can watch the extendeds of the readings we do here on YouTube. You can watch both. So I'm gonna have that link down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I will also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to everyone who appeared in this reading, your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, your angels, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the Dragon Agate, this is going to be your reading. So this is the full breakdown of the reading that we're going to be doing today. We are going to start by seeing the genre or the main theme of your next chapter, as well as the setting, so the time and place. We are going to see the supporting cast. So this is going to be people who are entering your life during this next chapter, or people who are already in your life who are going to be playing a significant role. Then we will see the antagonist, quote unquote. So this is just a challenging energy that could be present in your next chapter that you should be aware of. It could be like a person or people. It could be circumstances. It could even be just like a mental challenge or an energy that you're dealing with. And then we will see, of course, the plot of this chapter, how it's all unfolding, and the conclusion. So that's going to be the reading today. Thank you so much for being here. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Otter Spirit for providing the bracelets that we're using today. The first part of the reading is actually going to be reading the card that came with your bracelet, and those are going to give us the first messages about your next chapter. So for my group number twos, your affirmation is, I balance light and shadow within. This is actually one of the bracelets and affirmations that I've personally been vibing the most with right now. The intention is balance. These chakras are the root and the crown. So we're going from the bottom to the top, very holistic. And the zodiac signs are Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Leo. So if you or someone close to you has these placements, that could be a confirmation for you. You don't have to. It's just a little bit of extra confirmation for those who may need it. And this card has the number 40 on it. So that could be significant for someone. So it looks like balance is going to be a significant theme for you during this chapter. And I'm also hearing contrast. This may sound like kind of a cliche thing to say, but I do feel like for those of you who are going through or who have been through a dark time in your life, that's going to allow you to appreciate the moments of light even more. It's going to prepare you to be able to experience even more joy. There could also be a theme of learning to love the light and the shadow within you. Learning to love the parts of you that are different, that are unique. Learning to love the parts of you that you were once hiding away, that you were once ashamed of, and reclaiming them as a strength and as something that is beautiful. You could be learning to alchemize heavier or darker energies and channel them into something that propels you forward and that allows you to create even more blessings for yourself. So we're going to pull a rune card to see the main theme of your next chapter. We have Uruz. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And we're going to read this from the guidebook because I'm still getting familiar with runes, but I believe that this card talks about like courage and willpower. So let's see what it says. Yes, okay, so it's on page 4 and 5, and the keywords are strength, power, health, endurance, and manifestation. The powerful bull stands strong and unyielding, and obstacles fall away before his confidence and strength. He possesses a deep calm, as fear has no place in his heart. He is absolutely certain of his own solidly grounded might. A bull, when encountered in your path, is a significant obstacle. Uruz is a rune of untamed power that is neither owned nor controlled. In a reading, it brings a message of strength, courage, and overcoming all that stands in your way. A primal life force, it indicates a time of great energy and health. Business ventures and speculations are successful. There is a sudden breakthrough, even when all seems lost. Sudden or unexpected changes occur, usually for the better. Uruz represents the shaping of power and patterns and the formulation of the self. Yeah, this is absolutely a sign that whatever challenges have been in your life, you're going to overcome them. And I want to say this again, for those of you who have been going through a dark time and shit has been hard, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And in fact, there is going to be a huge, maybe sudden breakthrough in this next chapter of your life. And you are going to see rewards coming in. Oh my gosh, this is giving me chills because when I started this reading, it was cloudy, like the sky was dark. And literally when I just said that thing about you receiving rewards, the sun came out and the whole sky just lit up. I'm facing a window, so it was very obvious, but the timing of that was crazy. What I wanted to say was that during this dark and challenging time, you have actually been planting seeds. And I really feel called to say this message for someone who needs to hear it. If you have been through a dark time and you haven't been able to show up for yourself or just show up in life in the way you wanted to, I need you to know that this phase of your life was not wasted. That could not be farther from the truth, because I see that you have been planting seeds for your bright future. And you're going to see those seeds sprouting in this next chapter. The theme for you is breakthrough. Breakthrough and light at the end of the tunnel and the end of challenges. That's it for my group number 2s. So we are going to also pull, I have major arcana here and minor arcana here. So we're going to pull a major arcana for another theme. I know we mentioned like the zodiac signs here, Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Leo. Taurus energy could be significant as well because we have a bull here. Year of the ox people could also be significant. Off the top of my head, I think 1997 is the year of the ox. Ah! Oh my gosh, I almost just dropped like all of the cards. (1985), also year of the ox. Okay. We have the Hermit, introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. I feel like your current chapter has really called you to turn inward. You've maybe done a lot of healing, a lot of purging, I'm hearing, a lot of soul searching. But recently the Hermit has also been giving me this feeling of a North Star. Like the North Star that keeps guiding you. It's the Hermit's lantern that gives me that vibe. That North Star, that light at the end of the tunnel that has kept you going. And this next chapter for you is about seeing that it was all worth it, and that the North Star you have been following was an accurate guidance for you. I'm also hearing it was more than just a fantasy. And what's coming to my mind is someone who was in a dark time and they sort of daydreamed about better days to get them through the tough times. And Spirit is saying those better days that you daydreamed about were not mere fantasies. They were the future that was beckoning you. They were the future that was promising to you things are going to get better. That's what you were seeing. It's not just something you made up in your head to feel better. You were quite literally seeing into your future. So it could be that your future self showed you those visions to help you stay strong and just keep going and know that it was all going to be worth it. But yeah, that just came through really strongly. It's not just a fantasy. I know I've named like half the signs now, but Virgo energy could be significant as well, because that's what the Hermit is related to. Okay, so let's see the setting of your next chapter. We have the 5 of Water, which is the 5 of Cups. And we have the 10 of Air. These are actually beautiful to come out together. Disappointment, regret, forgiveness, endings, recovery, freedom. The Ten of Swords is an ending, and the Five of Cups is sadness. So there could not be a more literal pair of cards to represent the energy we've been describing. This is literally the end of sadness, the end of a tough time. Anything you have lost along the way is going to be returned to you. It may take on a different form, but it will be multiplied and returned to you. It's like, yeah, any joy that you lost is going to be returned with multiplied joy. And this goes for tangible things as well. Like if you lost a certain amount of tangible resources, you are going to gain even more in this next chapter. I want to say that this next chapter is going to last like 2 to 2.5 years. So it's like the next 2 years or so from whenever you're watching this, things are going to be on an incline. Things are just going to be getting better and better and better, with a significant point being 4 to 5 months from whenever you're watching this. This is when a very big blessing is going to be coming in for you. There's also like a tense energy or a frustrated energy that is coming to an end. Some frustrating element of your daily life is going to be completely over in a few short months from now, I'm hearing. I think a lot of you are entering into a new environment in this next chapter. I get the sense that many of you have outgrown your current environment, or your current environment is just not healthy for you, or it's not supportive in the way that it needs to be. It maybe served you at some point in your life, but it is not supportive towards the new you, the you that you are becoming. And I do feel that you will be called into a new environment, and Spirit will be facilitating any moves or relocations that you feel called to. This is a message that kind of came out of nowhere, but I think many of you could be moving somewhere that has better weather, and that is really impacting your overall well-being and your mental health. So, for example, going somewhere that has much more sunlight, much longer days, or much more sunny days, going somewhere that doesn't have as much extreme temperature, so you're not dealing with like the volatility of seasonal mood fluctuations. You're spending more time outside because it's just nicer outside, and then that impacts your mental health. Like, you're gonna be in a physical environment that is much more supportive to your mental health, and just, I'm seeing this as like your overall well-being, but also your specific goals. You're going to be in an environment that is more tailored to the goals that you have, the unique goals that you have for your life. And there's a big shift in this next chapter, because it's no longer about you adapting to your environment. It's about the environment suiting you the way you already are. You no longer have to contort yourself and change yourself to survive in your environment, because your environment is going to be so specifically tailored to you and your unique needs. And yeah, there's something about like the climate or the weather or the sunlight making a really huge difference for you. Okay. So we are going to see now the supporting cast of this next chapter. So I have 4 sets of dice for this part. Let's see who is playing a significant role for you. Okay, We have repetitions. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one. So we have the 10th house, we have the sign of Capricorn, and we have Neptune. So this is giving the feeling of some sort of authority figure who has a much more flexible, gentle, even sensitive energy compared to those whom you have dealt with in the past. This could even be a spiritual person. If you've had to deal with any authority figures, like this could be bosses, teachers, parents, it could even be like institutions or governments, things like that. Anyone who is in a higher position than you, or I don't want to say above you, but who has some sort of power over your life in some way or another, either their energy is really going to be softening, or new people are going to be coming in, like they're going to be replaced. You could be getting a new manager or a new teacher or a new mentor coming in who is much more suited to you, or even like I'm thinking about a new leader. A new leader is coming in. This could be like in your place of work, in your place of study, in your city, in your country. Like new leaders are coming in who are more idealistic and who have more compassion for humanity at large, not just serving their own interests and gaining as much power as possible. This is like someone who genuinely cares about you and genuinely cares about the collective, and they have a very gentle vibe to them, and like spirituality is coming up as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are a spiritual person and they believe in the potential of Earth and of humanity to rise above the BS that we are currently experiencing. And I think this is going to make you feel a lot more safe, and like the game is fair, I'm hearing. Like if you really work hard and if you're a good person, then your abundance will come. So yeah, there's a change in whoever you are working under or whoever is leading you. This could also be like parents or family members having a change of heart. Like if you've had family members who are quite rigid in their thinking, or who there's like a difficult power dynamic between them, like they always have to be right, or they always have to have some kind of control over your life, they could be really changing their ways and really softening. And it just feels like there's this huge burden that is lifted and you are feeling very safe. The fact that we have Pluto in the first house here, this feels like a personal transformation. So, I mean, obviously it goes without saying that you are going to be an important character in your story, but I think this Pluto in the first house is really emphasizing that once you go through these changes, there is no going back. So you are never going to experience the same level of like challenges or darkness that you have in this past chapter, because you are fundamentally different. And our life is always going to have ups and downs. We're always going to go through like a phase of light and a phase of dark, but the light days get even lighter and the dark days get even lighter. So you're on an incline, you're on an upward spiral. So the next time you revisit the dark, you will be better equipped. You will have your lantern with you, and you will not stay there for as long. You have changed for good. This could also be a confirmation message that you're not going to go back to old ways. You're not going to go back to old patterns. You're not going to fall back into old habits, I'm hearing like mind traps, like limiting beliefs and ways of thinking that trap you in being a smaller version of yourself. There's no way. Like, we're only going forward. This is like a permanent transformation that you are going through. And I think you're going to manifest one or several new, very significant connections in your life, like committed partners. And actually, we have the number 7 here, which represents committed partnership. So you could be like, for those of you who are currently single, it's very, very likely that in this next chapter, you are going to be manifesting a committed life partner who honors this new version of you that you're becoming. Okay, yeah. This is someone you have a deep spiritual bond with, and they are helping you with your transformation in spirit before you even meet them in the physical. So I feel like this is someone you haven't maybe met in the physical yet, but they are very much with you, aiding in your transformation. It's like their higher self was right there with you. Maybe in some way, they were your lantern, they were your North Star, or they helped you see that light at the end of the tunnel. And that's interesting because we got that message of it's not just a fantasy. So for some of you, that message could be talking about like a counterpart who has been in your heart or who has been in your dreams, because with the 12th house here, it feels like someone who has very much been energetically present in your life before they were ever physically present. Okay, this is maybe just like for a couple of you, but this could also be a future child, like who is not physically here yet, but the thoughts of them, the thoughts of you having them in the future helped you out of this tough time. And so Spirit is saying like, no, it's not just a fantasy. Like this child is real and already with you. Their higher self is already with you, and they are going to be physically here soon. That's just for some of you. Definitely take that if it resonates with you, but it's someone you have a deep soul bond with who is already energetically present in your life, giving you hope, helping you through this transformation, helping you stay on track. And now in this next chapter, you are manifesting their physical presence in your life. And it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like, oh my gosh, you're actually here. You're actually real. Like you are the love I've been waiting for. It's beautiful. And I really feel like also in this next chapter, if you have any shred of doubt about the non-physical world and about the power of soul bonds and how we can very much be together and communicate with each other even without physical presence, if you have any doubts about the reality of that, those are going to be crushed in this next chapter because you have seen firsthand the power of soul bonds, the power of soul communication, the power of telepathy, the fact that our souls can be with each other and like physical presence has very little to do with it. In fact, you can be physically with someone and not with each other at all energetically. So anyway, the more subtle realms, the non-physical realms, their existence is going to be very, very certain for you in this next chapter because you've seen their power. And oftentimes they're even more powerful than this 3D world before us. Okay, so let's see. I honestly, so much of this reading has been about the end of challenges that I'll be really surprised if we see a challenging energy here, but is there going to be any quote unquote antagonist in this chapter? We have the 10 of Pentacles, which that's another ending. Honestly, I feel like the hard stuff is over. And now you can focus on building the life that you want. That's it. Any like quote unquote antagonist energies, they already passed through. They're in your past. This is building, this is stability. This is like building a prosperous future. So So we are going to see the plot of your next chapter, and I am going to take reversals for this part. Yeah, that's another Virgo card. So Virgo energy really could be significant. Someone could be like Leo sun with Virgo Mercury, or Virgo sun, Virgo Mercury. Do we want to take this? It flipped over, but it didn't fall out. Also, it has boobs on it, so I will need to hide it with something. We have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And yeah, this just further emphasizes to me that you are feeling safe, because this is like spontaneously pursuing something new for the fun of it. Taking up a new hobby, expressing yourself creatively, going on a trip. It's like going on a new adventure that inspires and energizes you. And this energy of doing something for the fun of it is really, really coming through. And that is a surefire sign that you are no longer in survival mode. Some of you could be coming back to a passion of yours that had been difficult to engage in, difficult to bring yourself to do, difficult to feel motivated towards for some time. And it's like you're finally rekindling your love for it, and you're finally able to feel the joy and passion in it again. So yes, for some of you, it's like revisiting an old passion of yours, and it's even more enjoyable and even more fulfilling than before. And you're able to engage in it with absolutely no pressure. Like, it's just about the pleasure of it. And it's a way for you to explore yourself as well, to express yourself and fall in love with yourself, I'm hearing. For others of you, it could be something completely new, like something new that you're diving into. Like I said, a new hobby, a new mode of creative expression. But fun and pleasure and leisure is definitely going to be a much bigger part of your life in this next chapter, which means that you have some freedom of time and resources, and that you don't have other burdens weighing on you. So you can just be in the moment, enjoying yourself. And I also feel like many of you are spending time in the outdoors. It just looks like this person is enjoying nature, and there was that message earlier about enjoying nicer weather, enjoying a nicer climate, being outside more, and that improving your mental health. I feel like you're definitely going to be spending more time outdoors. You could even pick up a new hobby or get back into a hobby where you are outside a lot, like running or gardening, or I want to say something with a boat for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's like kayaking, paddle boat boarding. Is that a thing? I don't know, surfing, something outside. You could also be traveling more. Seems like you're out and about more, enjoying yourself. This just got flipped over to Pisces. We have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is like an optimistic mind. I kind of love this wand energy that we have going on so far, because it really feels like passion, lightheartedness, inspiration, creativity, fun, playfulness. Like, I'm just picking up such good vibes from it. There is a huge improvement in mental health. And I see you in a very optimistic mindset. I see you thirsty for knowledge and thirsty for new experiences. I see you having a lot more physical energy and vitality as well. This Princess of Wands could also be talking about some kind of rejuvenation, like a rejuvenation of your body, feeling more energetic, feeling more youthful, or feeling more childlike in this next chapter. You're expressing yourself a lot more. And all of these things that I'm saying, I feel are indicators of like your sense of safety and security. Being able to be in a playful energy, being able to be in a childlike energy, being able to express yourself freely. You could be writing a lot in this next chapter as well, whether you are writing a book or you are journaling, just getting down your thoughts. You could be posting more on social media, whether that's just to share things with your friends and loved ones, or even perhaps to a larger audience, if that's something that you aspire to. You could be writing a blog, you could be making videos, you could be literally speaking what's on your mind, giving speeches or giving presentations, giving talks, teaching people something. That could be something that you get a lot of joy from, is teaching others about a skill of yours, or teaching others about an area of interest of yours, something you're very knowledgeable about. Yeah, because this is Sagittarius energy. I feel like you are in some way in a teacher role. Could be on a casual level, on a more professional level, but you are sharing your knowledge and finding a sense of connection in that, a sense of fulfillment. You could be mentoring or tutoring someone. And expression. The expression is freely flowing. You're a lot more vocal during this chapter, whereas maybe before you were more like silent or off to the sidelines. You are being heard. You are expressing yourself and you are being heard in this next chapter. Life is accelerating and you could be catching up to a timeline that you once had. What I mean by this is maybe in the past, let's say, this is just an example to illustrate the energy. Let's say in 2020, you had an idea of where you wanted to be by 2025. And then the years came and went and you were thinking, oh, I'm never going to reach where I wanted to be by 2025 with the way things are going. And the Eight of Wands says, well, actually, things are going to speed up and you are going to catch up to your original timeline so that you can be where you wanted to be by 2025 or whenever you're watching this. So anything that was delayed in your life, or if you've just felt like you lost time or felt like time was wasted, that's not the case. We have the King of Swords. Woo! Oh my gosh. Those cards fell out with a lot of energy. Oh my gosh. It is, do I have to cover this too? There's a boob and a butt on this card. Better safe than sorry. So what should I cover it with? I'll use this one because it's big and it can cover both of them. We have the Six of Swords and not Six of Swords, Six of Cups, but maybe that slip is a message. I meant to say the Six of Cups. But Six of Swords talks about moving on, like moving to a better environment, moving to a more peaceful situation. And that is definitely your energy. Both of these cards, which came out together, can talk about children. So I did mention an example with like a future child being with you energetically. So I definitely think for a few of you that is a message for you. Like you could be having a child or spending more time with your children. Or again, this could be about you connecting to your childlike energy. The sun is like the epitome of creativity, which I feel like we've been talking about a lot during this reading, like discovering new ways to express yourself and finding the joy in creating again and enjoying your hobbies. That feels very sun-like. It's also the epitome of vitality, of being full of energy, like we've been talking about. I'm hearing there's that Ariana Grande song where she just says over and over, like, the light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. I feel like that's your energy. This is totally the brighter days are here. This is your light at the end of the tunnel. This can also, the Six of Cups can also talk about soulmates. So there's definitely a very, very deep soulmate in your life in this next chapter, whether they are romantic or not. But I really get that feeling with this sun card, because we usually don't see this on a sun card, these people embracing, and it's very intimate, you know, because they're both like nude. But that could be metaphorical for a spiritual level of intimacy. But yes, I definitely see a deep soulmate relationship manifesting on the physical plane in this next chapter, whereas up until now it has been experienced in non-physical realms. And I think this physical manifestation of it is going to confirm a lot of what your intuition has been telling you, a lot of your dreams, a lot of your daydreams, a lot of your night dreams, a lot of your visions. And it's going to be, again, a testament to the power of, like, these non-physical realms are real. They are very real, and they inform us of very real things. You will never, I know this sounds dramatic, but I feel like you will never doubt your intuition again after this chapter, because it's like everything you saw in your bright future happened. And it's like, holy shit, those weren't just random visions that I was making up to feel better. I was literally seeing my future, or like future me was literally talking to me and showing me that. My soulmate's higher self was literally giving me these signs. There may be things that you see in this next chapter that make you realize, how do I say this? That make you realize all of those things in the past were signs. So let's say in the past, in this darker chapter of your life, you were seeing, I don't know, you were seeing the name Matthew everywhere. And then like your soulmate's name is Matthew. And it's like, what, you mean that was a sign? That was a sign from my soulmate? That was a sign of my soulmate? Things that repeatedly happened in your last chapter that you're like, what the F does this mean? In this current chapter, you're gonna see why those were significant signs. Or like you would always see a bull, and then your soulmate has like a bull tattoo, or your soulmate is a Taurus, or something like that. Being able to look back and be like, oh my gosh, all of those things were signs. All of those things that I was seeing were signs. And I'm hearing like, you can't make this shit up. So it's probably something very specific. I can actually think of things like that for myself, but I only realized looking back. Like, holy crap, that was a sign. Yeah. The sky outside keeps going light and dark, light and dark. Like the sun is coming out and leaving and coming out and leaving. And it's really making me think of your affirmation. I balance light and shadow within. Yeah, and then we have the King of Swords, which just something about him riding on his horse, it really feels like a victory. And I think that you've reached, oh, you know what? This is another confirmation of you being in a teacher role, because sometimes King of Swords gives me this vibe of like a counselor, a specialist, an expert. There's something you are very knowledgeable about, group number 2, that you could teach to other people, or you're just a very good teacher. Like you're very attentive to what people need and how things are going to sink in for them, how they're going to learn things and pick up on things better. You're very patient, compassionate, very intelligent. You express yourself well. You're able to lay out an idea logically. Yeah, you'd be an excellent teacher. In some way or another, I feel like you're going to be called into this role, whether it's literally just like teaching your friend how to do something, or tutoring someone, or being a mentor for many, many people, or being a professor. Like it could be in so many different levels, but in some way, I feel like you are going to be in this teacher archetype because you'll do a really, really good job at it. And many people could benefit from your knowledge. And yeah, the other message of this King of Swords is definitely a mental mastery and an improvement of your mental health. So this looks absolutely beautiful for, oh my gosh, sorry, there was more boobs, but your conclusion card is the Lovers. I feel like Gemini and Virgo are coming out strongly. Even the King of Swords can have Gemini energy. Sometimes kings are listed as mutable, sometimes they're listed as fixed. I don't know, but he can have mutable like Gemini energy. The Lovers is Gemini as well. The conclusion is that you're feeling loved and supported, and you're feeling that your life is a reflection of who you are. And I don't know, I get the feeling that for my group number 2s, maybe that hasn't been the case for a long time, because it does feel like you had outgrown your environment, but maybe you weren't able to leave that environment yet, or you didn't see how you could leave it. And so you just had no choice but to adapt to the environment that was not meant for you. And now it's the other way around. Now your environment accommodates you. Now your environment serves you. Now you can be the agent in changing your environment rather than having to succumb to it changing you. There's a lot of like intimacy vibes. There's a lot of soulmate vibes in these cards. So you are with your soulmate. You are with your soul's family. Your soul is at home. I also want to say that by the end of this chapter, you will have positioned yourself in life such that you really get to choose who you spend time with. If you don't vibe with someone, you do not have to deal with them. So there's a certain level of freedom in that, because, you know, sometimes we have no choice but to deal with people who frustrate us, who upset us, who trigger us, who bring us down, and we just have to suck it up. We have to just swallow it, and just deal with them and carry that stress with us. You have the freedom of choosing, I don't like that person, so I'm never going to talk to them again. I don't like that person, so I'm not going to see them anymore. You know, sometimes it's not that simple, but for you, you have that freedom. So it's like you can choose who you work with, maybe you can choose who you engage with. You can choose your partners, you can choose your collaborators. I don't know, I'm just seeing this energy of someone waking up and being like, oh, I have to go in this place and deal with these people again. And you don't have to do that anymore. If someone's energy does not resonate with you, then that's it. We don't have to deal with it. I mean, obviously there's going to be little one-time interactions that can be annoying or triggering, but No more of this, like, I have to go in and deal with this person every day, or I have to go and deal with these people every day. You're going to be surrounded by people who make you feel like your best self, who bring out the qualities that you love about yourself, that bring out more of the person you want to be, more of the person you resonate with, which is so lovely. So group number 2, I think those are all your messages, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch full-length, exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones here on my channel. You can watch the extendeds of the readings we do here on YouTube. You can watch both. So I will have that link down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to everyone who appeared in this reading, your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Tiger's Eye, this is going to be your reading all about your next chapter. This is the full breakdown of the reading that we're going to do today. So we're going to start by finding out the genre or the main theme of your next chapter, as well as the setting, so the time and place, the supporting cast. So this is significant people who may be entering your life during this next chapter, or people who are already in your life who are going to be playing a significant role. Then we are going to see the quote-unquote antagonist of this chapter. This is basically just a challenging energy that might be present that you want to be aware of. So this could be a person or people, it could be circumstances, it could even be like a mindset or an aspect of yourself. And then we of course are going to see the plot, how everything unfolds in this chapter, and finally the conclusion. So that's the reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and I just want to give a quick shout out to Otter Spirit for providing these bracelets. And now let's get into the reading. So we're actually going to start by looking at the card that came with your bracelet, and these are going to be our first messages for your next chapter. So your affirmation says, "I am a warrior." This paired with just the overall energy of Tiger's Eye, I feel like you're ready to take action in this next chapter. I'm hearing like no more making excuses, no more effing around. Like you're ready to dive into what you need to do and make your dreams a reality. There's also a message coming through here that you're never going to feel completely ready. Like if you are waiting before taking action until you feel completely ready, I fear you may never do it. Like you just got to do it a little bit scared. Do it a little bit nervous, do it a little bit, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't feel ready yet, I don't feel good enough yet. You just got to take the leap. For the intention of Tiger's Eye, we have strength and protection. For zodiac signs, we have Leo, Capricorn, Gemini, and Scorpio. So these could be your placements or the placements of someone close to you. It's okay if not, these are just little tidbits for extra confirmation. And then for the chakras, we have the lower chakras, so the root, sacral, and solar plexus. So I feel like this next chapter is going to be about you gaining confidence, feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling safe and secure and grounded so you can do what you need to do. I feel like you're maybe coming out of your head and back into your body. I also feel like you're coming out of, I'm hearing made up scenarios. So maybe this is a message for those of you who tend to, and I'm guilty of this too, tend to stress yourself out over like fake made up scenarios in your head. Like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And we don't even know. It probably will never even happen. It's like like for example, when you have an argument in your head with someone, that's never actually gonna happen in real life. So we're coming out of our head, we're coming out of the what ifs, We're coming out of all the hypothetical scenarios that keep us up at night, and we're focusing on the now. What actually exists right now, and what can I do right now? And this is going to empower you to take the necessary actions to make your dreams come true. And also, this card has the number 8 on it, so that could be significant. We're going to take a rune card as well to see what the theme is for you in this next chapter. Also, Year of the Tiger could be significant because you guys chose Tiger's Eye. Ooh. Okay, we have Algates. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This rune talks about protection. It talks about a guardian. I am going to read it from the guidebook because I'm still learning the meanings of the runes. So for the keywords, we have protection, defense, courage, independence, and higher self. The king stag stands proud and tall with mighty antlers. He bestows his protection on all in his kingdom. Leading by example, the stag teaches the young how to show courage in the face of danger. Wow, it's really cool that you guys got a card where the theme is courage, because I feel like that's a tiger's eye energy as well, like courage, independence, taking action. Algate's energy brings a powerful connection to divine consciousness. This rune is an aid to speak and commune with spirit and the higher powers. In a reading, it references a connection with the gods and an awakening. You have been granted divine protection that is also a teaching force, and you are encouraged to be in a state of listening. This passage is on pages 30 and 31, in case those numbers are significant to someone. This is definitely a chapter where you're going to feel more connected to your higher self than ever, and more connected to your spirit guides as well. I feel like they're going to be coming through really strongly, and they're going to be communicating to you directly. Maybe it sounds ironic for me to say this because I am a third party relaying messages to you and giving guidance, but I feel like your guides are more so going to come to you directly in this next chapter, and you may find yourself relying less on divination tools, even if you use them yourself. Like if you're someone who does your own readings, you may find that you don't really need to use like cards or dice or other tools anymore, because your guides are just coming in and speaking directly to you in a very clear way, or your higher self. And I feel like your higher self is your greatest guide always, and especially in this next chapter, your higher self is really happy to see you empowering yourself. And another message that's coming through is that you will become more connected to your higher self through being grounded and being in your body. Even though it's called like higher self and we might get the image of having to go up, I feel like the more you go up into your head, the more disconnected you will feel from your higher self. It's like the wisdom is right there in your body. So now I'm going to pull a tarot card. I basically just split up this deck between major arcana and minor arcana. So I'm going to take a major arcana to represent another theme energy of your next chapter. You may have a spirit guide who is masculine, kind of feels like a father energy or a grandfather energy. This could also be a passed on loved one whose presence is going to be particularly strong in this next chapter. Yeah, I'm picking up like paternal grandfather, or I don't know, just like a very fatherly energy. Okay, we have the Dreamer. This is the Fool card. Beginning, believing, and protected. Okay, every single one of these cards that has come out so far has the keyword protection. We have it here on the Tiger Eye card, and then that was one of the keywords for the rune. So you are heavily protected. You're protected by your guides, but I also feel like you are your own fierce protector. You are protecting your own energy, and you are really keeping boundaries with your mindset not letting negative thoughts and negative narratives permeate your space. Yeah, you're feeding your mind good things and you're not letting anything negative mess with your head. I feel like this is a chapter as well where you're really keeping promises to yourself. You are nurturing your inner dreamer by being disciplined and following through with promises to yourself and taking the necessary action to make things happen. It's like, I kind of feel like both of these are you. You are this innocent dreamer child, and you are also the divine guardian. It's like you are the protector of your inner dreamer, and you're saying, inner dreamer, maybe it's your inner child, but that part of you that has really big dreams, you're saying, I love you so much, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make your dreams happen. So I'm gonna get my stuff together, I'm gonna be disciplined, I'm gonna be consistent, I'm gonna show up every day, and I'm gonna take the necessary action. I'm gonna work hard for you because I love you and I love your dreams and I love your vision and I believe in them. And I want you to see them in this reality. You deserve that. The self-love is so strong. It's so inspiring. Okay, we're also going to take some minor arcana to see the setting of your next chapter. So we have the Three of Water, which is the Three of Cups. Okay, I feel like this next chapter is starting really soon because the vibe that I'm getting with the Three of Cups is that it could be starting from the next 3 weeks to the next 3 months. You're gonna feel a shift. You're gonna feel like things are different in your life. I'm also noticing that both of these cards have flying butterflies on them, so that could be a significant sign for you. This one looks like a monarch butterfly, and then these look like yellow butterflies. This next card is taking a while. And we have the King of Fire, the King of Wands. Inspirational, charismatic, innovative. So I don't, okay. I was gonna say that I don't necessarily see you going to new or unfamiliar places in this next chapter, but it could very well be that you are going to a new place that maybe is unfamiliar in 3D terms, but that is very, very familiar to your soul. So even if you're going to a new place for the first time, I think you're still gonna feel very much in your element because your soul remembers it. And it's funny because when I was pulling the card for like where this next chapter is gonna take place, it was taking a long time. And I was getting the sense of someone's soul who's been longing to find their home for a long time. Whether that's a place on the map, whether that's friends or a relationship, I felt like I've been looking for my home for such a long time. I've been yearning for it. I can't wait to find it. And I feel like this next chapter is you finally getting there. It's you finally coming home to yourself, but also finding the place on the map that your soul resonates with the most. So maybe some of you already know where this is, like it's a certain part of the world, it's a certain city, it's a certain community. But for others of you, I feel like it's a new place. You haven't been there before in this lifetime, but your soul definitely remembers it. So even if it's your quote unquote first time, you feel very, very familiar. I think you're going to have a lot of support from close friends. during this next chapter, I'm hearing like the people who have been there all along. Like your day one friends. They're going to be really supportive of no matter what you choose. I do feel that some of you could be making a major pivot in your life with the direction you're headed. And you may be kind of nervous about telling your loved ones. You're not sure how they're going to react, but you're going to find that they are extremely supportive because what they care about at the end of the day is that you're happy. And when they see you talk about this new direction you want to take, or when they see you in this environment, it's undeniable how happy you are. And they're like, why would I ever want to try to stop you from doing that or take you away from that? I'm hearing spread your wings. Like they just want you to spread your wings. And whatever that means, if that means you going somewhere else, if that means you changing course, if that means, okay, maybe we're going to be a bit farther away from each other, or we're going to see each other a bit less, or we're going to have a bit less in common in our lives now. Like, I don't care because I love you forever and we're going to make it work. I feel like you have a really good support system and they don't care what you do. I mean, they care what you do, but as long as you are happy, that's what I mean. As long as, as long as you're happy. So you let your soul guide you, okay? And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take a leap. All right. With that being said, speaking of support, we are going to talk about the supporting cast of your next chapter. So I'm gonna roll some dice for this. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let's just one at a time. Okay, so we have a repetition here. There are two sets of dice coming out with the number 4, the 4th house. And so this is like our family, our roots, our home, which is very interesting because we were just talking about your soul finding your home. And I feel like I kind of feel two familial energies coming through. One of them is I want to say like your earth family, your 3D family. So this could be the family that you were born into, or like your chosen family of humans, your best friends on this earth. That's one. It's like the family that you're already familiar with in the 3D, but then there's also this spiritual family that I feel like either you haven't met yet or you haven't gotten super close to them yet. Maybe you feel their energy at this point, or you have a sense of what type of people they are, what they're like, but haven't gained that 3D familiarity yet, the same way you have with your earth family, so to speak. So yeah, I feel like this represents your closest people at this current point in this lifetime, like your best friends, your family, your loved ones. You're maybe going to be seeing them or talking to them very frequently during this chapter, especially with Mercury here. You could be talking things through with them, having deeper conversations than usual about life and the direction you're headed. I'm hearing like getting very candid. There's some energy in the air during this next chapter that makes it easier for you to say things to each other that normally are kind of difficult to admit or kind of difficult to talk about. So I don't know, just one example. I'm imagining childhood best friends who still like really love and care for each other, but maybe sometimes feel like they've drifted apart. But then they're like, I don't want to mention that because if I mention that, maybe I'm just like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe if I mention I feel like we're drifting apart, it's going to make us drift apart. But then it's like this lingering feeling, and something in the air during this next chapter is making it easier to say those things and just be really honest. And I think you're going to find that when you express those more difficult feelings, they will be received well and they'll be reciprocated, and you can talk about it more deeply without worrying about you. It's like you don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing or hurting each other because you have such a strong foundation of love. So conversations with your loved ones that once felt difficult, I feel like are going to be quite easy during this next chapter, and you're going to find that you come out with an even stronger bond and very certain of your support and the enduring quality of your love for each other even more. And then this, I feel like, is your spiritual family, the one that you are about to meet in this new chapter. So you didn't necessarily incarnate in the same family, in the same town. You didn't incarnate such that you grew up together. You're maybe kind of all over, but you are the life paths and your choices. Yeah, this is the soul family that you meet because of choices that you make on your spiritual journey. This is like the family who was always there, like just because of where you were born, where you grew up, they were always going to be in your life. This is like if you answer the call of your soul and you take a leap of faith, you will come into union with this spiritual family, with this soul family. I hope that that makes sense. And so I feel like you have both in your life and they're both equally important. We have, everyone's been getting 12th house energy. Interesting. Sun in Libra in the 12th house. And this is something that has come through in all three groups. And maybe it's just because like, we're all psychic over here. Like we're feeling the energy of people before they come into our life. Because I feel like every group has had some message about like a committed partner or a counterpart who is not in your life yet, but you can feel their energy very strongly. Maybe this is a member of your soul family who you have a particularly close connection with. And then we also have Saturn, Capricorn in the 5th house. So whatever you are doing for work during this chapter is going to be very fun. It's probably not even going to feel like work. And I think you're going to make really good friends, or maybe you're getting to actually do work with your existing friends. It's like your job feels like, oh my gosh, I just get to like have fun with my best friends every day. I just get to hang out with these awesome people every day. It feels so fun. It doesn't feel like work. You are working hard, but you don't finish the day feeling like you got hit by a truck. You feel like, I'm tired. I can't wait to do that again tomorrow after a good night's sleep. Like, I think you are having so much fun with what you do. And so I could interpret this energy in one of two ways. It could be that you are making friends with the people you work with such that you are hanging out together outside of work. And it's like, I would genuinely like you even if we didn't work together. Like I would seek you out and be friends with you even if we didn't have this shared goal or shared job in our lives. So that's awesome. It could also be like a crush or a dating situation with someone in your workplace. That's probably not going to be for everyone because I know that like not all workplaces facilitate that kind of thing and whatever. Take it if you resonate. It could also be like dating or having fun with someone in the same field as you, and like you being in a common field brings you together. But needless to say, you're surrounded by amazing people. So with that being said, I'm gonna see what your antagonist energy is of this chapter. What energy could be challenging you? The 3 of Wands. Okay, feeling like you're not doing enough. Or feeling, yeah, it's like feeling like a little fish in a big pond. This is kind of giving imposter syndrome vibes, which I guess because the 3 of Wands, when it's in a positive energy, it feels very much like there's this big wide world in front of me and I'm so ready to dive out of my comfort zone and take it on. And it feels very confident. And with this coming through as a challenging energy, maybe something feels overwhelming. The world, the new world you want to step into feels so big and so vast. And you feel like this little fish, like you might be feeling like you don't have enough experience, you don't have enough qualifications, or I can't make a big enough difference. I can't make as much of an impact as I want to make. Some of you could be feeling like you're just one person in this huge field that you want to make a difference in. And like I'm thinking of, just for one example, right? If someone wanted to start a YouTube channel and they're like, well, there's like 5 bajillion channels out there. Like, who's to say that mine is going to grow or that mine is going to be discovered? Like, I'm just one person and there are so many other talented people. It's like feeling overwhelmed at the vastness of something and wondering if you can make a meaningful mark in that space, or wondering if you are ready to step out of your comfort zone and do something kind of larger than life. So I think what is going to be your quote unquote enemy is looking at too big of a picture. I feel like what is really going to help you is zooming in. You may feel overwhelmed because you have a really big goal and you just need to zoom in and really break it down into tiny, actionable steps. And yeah, I'm thinking of something one of my best friends said. It's like, if you're still feeling overwhelmed, you haven't broken it down enough. If you're still feeling resistance to completing a task, you haven't broken it down enough. Like, you got to break it down so small that the idea of not doing it seems silly. You know, small steps, blowing it out too big and trying to look at the whole journey, that's going to be your enemy because it's going to make you feel overwhelmed. So it's very much like just one day at a time. You can even forget about the destination. Don't even focus on that. Just focus on the daily practice of it. Focus on the mundane day-to-day, because that's where you build confidence, in that repetition. And you build confidence in yourself by checking more items off your list. And the smaller you break it up, if you break your goal into like 10 pieces, that's 10 times you get to reinforce to your brain, like, look, I did what I said I was going to do. Look, I completed that. Look, I checked something else off. I'm so reliable. I'm so competent. I'm so disciplined. It's positive reinforcement for your brain versus looking at this big, nebulous, overwhelming goal and being like, I'm drowning in it. How do I do it? Yeah, then when you feel like a little fish in a big pond, that's the antagonist energy. So we gotta just make it smaller, make it easier to process. Yes, break things down into very small steps. That is your advice for this next chapter. Okay. So we are gonna see how the plot unfolds. It's also really important that you remember you are never alone. I can say that for sure. You are never alone. You are supported. And no one really knows what they're doing. And I think that there's some comfort in that. So for this part, for the plot, I am going to be taking reversals. What is unfolding in your next chapter? We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. We have Judgment. The 10 of Wands in reverse. Beautiful. The Lovers in reverse. And oh my gosh, at the bottom of the deck for the conclusion, we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. So I would like to think that this represents you overcoming the challenging energy. Okay, I really like the Ten of Wands. I like the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands in reverse because it's like we're releasing burdens. We don't have to be strong anymore. We don't have to struggle anymore. I feel like a big theme of this next chapter is realizing that it can be easy. Taking the first step, I think, is going to be the hardest part of your next chapter. Like committing to starting this next chapter is the hardest part. But then once you begin it, once you know in your heart that you've committed, suddenly you feel this huge weight lifted because you're like, okay, I'm actually going to do it. I did the hardest part of getting on the ride. And now I just go with the flow. Ooh, there's fireworks outside, I think. Which is weird because Canada Day was yesterday. I didn't know we're still celebrating, but anyway. Yeah, the hardest part is just starting it. And it's like you get this weird sense of calm once you've committed to doing it. You would think that that moment of, oh shit, I committed to it, there's no going back, is scary, but it actually brings this sense of calm and peace. Like, okay, it's happening, I'm doing it. Judgment feels like that moment of truth where you answer your calling, and then it's followed by this serenity. It kind of feels like a sudden shift. It feels like the moment you commit to taking this leap of faith, you're kind of on a different timeline and you're kind of a different you, and you stop worrying. It's as if there was this part of you, maybe it was like a part of your ego that was trying to protect you. It filled your head with all these worries as a way to try to stop you from taking this leap of faith. But once you've taken it, that part of you goes away because it's like, I lost. You're gonna do it. Dang it. That part of you is quiet and is replaced by peace. I feel this way when I'm running sometimes. Like if I have like a kilometer left to go, I just decide with all my heart, like I'm gonna do it anyway. And then it becomes a lot less difficult. I'm like, okay, like we're huffing and puffing, but I mean, we're gonna finish it anyway because we already decided we're going to, so we might as well keep going. I don't know, it provides like a weird sense of reassurance. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but let me know if you understand this feeling. But I also think the sense of serenity you get is from your higher self being like, yes, I've been heard. You heard me. You heard me and you answered me. Welcome home. That's making me very emotional. I'm so glad you answered my call. You're in good hands now. You know you're in good hands. I see you. I see the tension leaving your body. You know we're going to make this work. You know we're going to be successful. Let's do it. My goodness. I feel like you are so connected to your higher self during this chapter. It's really beautiful. There's an energy of you being so in the flow and so focused on your own unique journey that you no longer care about impressing anyone. You no longer care about comparing your journey to others. You no longer care about chasing anything external, especially like attention, validation, accolades, this kind of like recognition from other people. You don't care about chasing that. And those kind of things maybe cannot impress you anymore. Maybe they're already starting to lose their effect on you. Because the thing that feels best to you is not all of those things on the outside. It's being with your soul. It's being with your higher self. And when you align with your higher self, these things flow to you effortlessly. I don't know if I already said this, I forget, but I wanted to say that a big theme for you is like, I think I did say it, it can be easy. It doesn't have to be a struggle. That's what the Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands is saying to me, it doesn't have to be this struggle. I also feel like with the Nine of Wands in reverse, perhaps many of you are realizing that subconsciously you'd always kind of been putting your dream life just out of reach. Like, I'm just barely not ready. It's just barely a bit too difficult for me. It's just barely a bit too overwhelming for me. Always kind of like adjacent to your dream life, but never quite aligned with it. And it feels frustrating. It's like when a lens is kind of out of focus and you see these two images and like, this is your life and your dream life, and you're always just like hovering around it. And this next chapter is about you like coming into focus. You and your higher self are one. Your vision is aligned. And from this place, taking action feels, knowing what action to take feels like a no-brainer. It feels easy. And it may require hard work, but it comes easy once you decide with all your heart, like, this is what we're doing. Because I feel like right now, like 90% of your brain power is being used on indecision and fighting with yourself. And once you just make up your mind, that takes away so much of the brain power you were using. You're in the focus, you're in the flow, and it feels effortless. Beautiful, beautiful energy. We have the Lovers in reverse, which I think is indicating that you are no longer letting others define your life or define your journey. This feels more like a societal thing. I mean, if you feel like you need to end a connection in your personal life, then this could definitely be a sign of that. But I feel like for many of you, it's more of a societal thing, like what is deemed as normal, what is deemed as acceptable, what is deemed as desirable versus like what is deemed as weird or unrealistic or whatever. You're not letting others define that for you anymore. And I also feel like you're just not really letting other people mess with your energy anymore. People cannot get to you mentally and emotionally in the same way that they might have been able to before. And I think it's just because you know yourself so well. So any comments someone would make, they just like bounce off of you because you're like, I don't know who you're talking about, but that's not me. Like you know, your projection of me it's your right to perceive me that way. I don't recognize that person, but I know who I am, so that doesn't affect me at all. So have fun with that. Like, have fun with your view of the world, have fun with your story. I'm not a part of that. And I think it's just becoming very easy for you to recognize, like, everybody has their own truth. Everybody has their own world and their own perception, and it's none of my business. And like, I just hope, like, I hope that you are choosing a narrative that serves you and that makes you happy. Otherwise, what are you doing? I know I'm choosing one that makes me happy and that supports me and that makes my dreams come true. If you're not, that's too bad for you. But, you know, I feel like there's a lot of people who will be so convinced this is just how reality is and it's their own opinion. And they become like a prisoner to their own opinion because they see it as the absolute truth. Like, no, that's just the way the world works. And if anyone says differently, they're lying. If anyone says differently, they're lying to themselves. They're delusional. Like, I am the master of seeing the objective reality. And it's not even a reality that they prefer. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, no need to rant about that here, but you have your beautiful frequency, you have your beautiful reality that you're building, and that cannot be infiltrated and influenced by just anybody. Like, people are not getting to you. You don't care. Like, it sounds harsh, but I think you're living your life and you're in your lane. And you know who's meant to be in your life. It's the people who've been there all along. And if you look back, you will find that your spiritual family was there all along too. There have been signs of them all along. There was a similar message in group 2, so if you were drawn to group number 2, that may be your sign to check it out. But this whole reading just feels like such a beautiful reclaiming of your energy and coming home. That's really it, like coming home to yourself. I just see your higher self with open arms, like, welcome home. You're falling back into them. And once you lock into them and you are synchronized, taking action becomes so easy. And not giving a shit what people think and not comparing yourself becomes so easy, because being aligned with your soul's unique journey, it feels so good that you would never even question if you're doing something wrong. How could I be when I'm so happy and I have these beautiful people around me and I have these blessings? Like, I'm doing something right. Yeah. I love it. I think that's everything. Yeah, those are all the messages for my group number 3. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings just like this one. You can watch the extendeds of the readings we do here on YouTube. You can watch both. So that's going to be linked down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to everyone who appeared in this reading, to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!